Good day, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Help with Expressions. That's right, today we're going to be evaluating these numerical expressions. First, we'll start out with some relatively simple expressions like this. We'll practice a few, and then we'll gradually add more steps to it. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Now, you'll notice that right here I have my PEMDAS, or my order of operations, and that's just a visual that'll help us check off each step as we do it. So, first step is, do we have any parentheses? No. Next step, do we have any exponents? Nope, no exponents. Next step, do we have multiplication and division? Turns out we do. We got multiplication right there. So we're going to go ahead and evaluate our multiplication first. We know that 4 times 3 is 12. And that leaves us our addition, 6 plus 12, which is conveniently our last step, any addition and subtraction we have left. And of course, we know that 6 plus 12 is 18. So the value of that expression is 18. Now, let's go ahead and try just 3 more that are similar to this, just for practice sake. What if we had a problem that looked like this? 20 decreased by the quotient of 12 and 3. Look at that numerical expression. Okay, so first step, do we have any parentheses? No. Do we have any exponents? No. Do we have multiplication or division? We sure do. We got division right there. So let's go ahead and do that first. What is 12 divided by 3? Well, we know that 12 divided by 3 is 4. So that leaves us 20 decreased by 4. And of course, our last step is any addition and subtraction left. We have 20 subtract 4, which is going to make the value of this expression 16. Now, let's just do a couple more examples that are on this level, and then we'll add a step or two. Okay. So what if we were to have an expression that looked like this? 8 increased by 16. Takes me a second to write this. 8 increased by 16 divided by 4, or the quotient of 16 and 4 increased by 8 is another way you could say it. Okay. First, do we have any parentheses? No. Do we have any exponents? No. Do we have multiplication and division? Yes, we do. We got division right there, and we evaluate that. So what is 16 divided by 4? Well, we know 16 divided by 4 is 4. And that leaves us our last step, which is addition and subtraction. So we simply add 8 plus 4, and we know that 8 plus 4 is 12. So the value of that expression is going to be 12. Now, let's do one more that's like this, and then we'll take it to the next level. So this is just good practice for y'all. What if we were to have something that looked like this? We have 5 times 2 plus 10. Okay. Do we have any parentheses? Nope. Do we have any exponents? Nope. Do we have multiplication and division? We sure do. We got ourselves some multiplication right there. So what is 5 times 2? We know that 5 times 2 is 10. And that leaves us 10 plus 10, which of course is the last step of our order of operations. 10 increased by 10 is going to be 20. So the value of that numerical expression is 20. Okay, so we've practiced that a bit. Let's go ahead and add some parentheses. So we'll kick it up a notch. We'll go to level numero dos, number 2. So what if we have something like this? We have 6 increased by 4 times 3. Well, that would be a totally different case if we left the parentheses out, but because we're putting parentheses in, around the 6 plus 4, that means we have to do the 6 plus 4 first. So we evaluate what's in the parentheses first. We know that 6 plus 4 is going to be 10. And because we've evaluated what's in the parentheses, they disappear. Now, just to keep things tidy, let's move down the list. Are there any exponents? No. Is there any multiplication and division? Yeah. We just have multiplication left, and we know that 10 times 3 is 30. So the value of that particular expression is 30. Now, let's try another one. See if you can keep up with this one. What if we have something that looks a bit like this? Wait for it. Let's do 20 divided by the quantity 5 decreased by 1. Now, do we have any parentheses? We sure do. We have them right there. So we got to do that subtraction first. 5 minus 1 is 4. And because we evaluated what was in the parentheses, they now disappear. And we're left with 20 divided by 4. Now, to keep things tidy, any exponents? No. But we do have some division. So we got to do 20 divided by 4, which is 5. So the value of that expression is 5. Now, let's do a couple more examples like this just to drive this point home. What if we had something that looked like this? Wait for it. 8 increased by 12. And we put it all in parentheses. And then we divide the whole thing by 4. What do you think we're going to get? Well, let's try it. First, we know we got to go parentheses. Because there are parentheses, we'll do what's inside the parentheses first. Well, what is 8 plus 12? I know 8 plus 12 is 20. Because I've evaluated everything in the parentheses, they disappear, leaving 20 divided by 4. And once again, let's keep things tidy. Are there any exponents? No. Is there any multiplication and division? Well, there's some division right there. 20 divided by 4, and 20 divided by 4, we know, is 5. So the answer to this one is also 5. Boom. Okay, let's try another one. We'll have this one be the last one like this. Let's do this. Go ahead and erase that. What if we had something that looked like this? 18 decreased by the quantity 6 divided by 3. Well, do I have parentheses? Yes. So I got to do what's inside the parentheses first. 6 divided by 3. Well, I know that 6 divided by 3 is 2. Parentheses disappear, leaving me 18. Subtract 2. Any exponents? No. Any multiplication and division? No. Any addition and subtraction? Yes. There's this subtraction. And 18 decreased by 2 is going to be 16. Or 18 subtract 2 is 16. Okay, now let's try some other types of problems. Just for kicks and giggles, just for practice. What if we introduce exponents? So what if we have this? 2 cubed, also known as 2 to the 3rd power, plus 4 times 2. What do we do first? Well, we don't got parentheses, so we don't do those first, but we do now have exponents. We have 2 to the 3rd power. Now, do you remember what 2 to the 3rd power means? That actually just means 2 times 2 times 2. You're just multiplying 2 by itself 3 times. So 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8, which means that if we do that exponent, we end up with, sorry, let me get rid of that. We end up with 8. So now we're left with 8 plus 4 times 2. And we keep moving down the list. Do we have multiplication and division? Yes, so we got to do the multiplication before the addition. 4 times 2 is 8, so that leaves us 8 plus 8 for our last step. And we know that 8 plus 8 will be 16. Now, let's keep going. Let's try a few more examples using exponents. So we'll go ahead and erase this. And we'll draw another example problem for your viewing enjoyment. What if I have 10 increased by 3 to the second power, and I multiply it by 2? Go down the steps. Do I have any parentheses? No. Do I have any exponents? Sure do, right there. Now, 3 to the second power is the same as just 3 times 3, which we know is 9. So let's go ahead and write that down below. We now have 10 plus 9 times 2. Now we're moving down the steps. Do we have multiplication and division? We got multiplication, so we got to do that first. What's 9 times 2? We know that 9 times 2 is 18. And that leaves us 18 increased by 10. And we know that 10 plus 18, that being our last step, is going to give us 28. And that is the value of that expression. Now, let's keep going. We're just giving you all kinds of examples of this. Feel free to pause the video and just kind of, do it at your leisure. You can just double check your answers later. What if we have a problem that looks like this? What if we have the quantity 5 increased by 1, and then we raise the whole thing to the second power, and then we divide by 3. Now, we have exponents and we got parentheses. So let's start with the parentheses. Let's evaluate the inside. We know that 5 plus 1 is 6. The parentheses disappear, but the exponent goes with the 6. And then we have 6 divided by 3. 6 squared divided by 3. Our next step is the exponents. In fact, we know that 6 squared is the same as 6 times 6, which is 36. And that leaves us our multiplication and division. That leaves us 36 divided by 3. And we know that 36 divided by 3 is 12. So the value of that particular expression is 12. Now let's keep going. Let's kick it up a notch to another level. These are supposedly tricky. So let's see if they're tricky enough to trip us both up. Go ahead and erase this bad boy and see if all these steps trip us up or if we're able to follow the order of operations to success. Okay, what if we have 24 divided by 3 increased by 2 cubed times 2? Okay, first step, are there parentheses? No. Are there exponents? Yes, right here. 2 to the third power means 2 times 2 times 2. And we know that 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. So that is going to be 8. So I'll rewrite everything. 24 divided by 3 plus 8 times 2. Now, do I have any multiplication and division? Yes, I have both of them. I have division right here, and I have multiplication right there. So which do I do? Well, if you read the fine print, you do whatever happens first from left to right. So it's like you're reading a book, which means we would actually do the division first. So let's do the division first and then the multiplication. So we got 24 divided by 3 is 8, which leaves us 8 plus 8 times 2. Now, I got to do my multiplication before my addition. So that leaves me 8 times 2 is 16. And to finally solve this, we do the last step, which is our addition and subtraction. We just simply add 8 to 16, which gives me 24. That wasn't so tricky. Should we do another one and see if we get tripped up? How about this bad boy with parentheses and an exponent? We'll go ahead and erase this, make us some space. What if we have the quantity 18 decreased by 6 divided by 3 plus 4 to the second power? What do we do first? Well, the order of operations says parentheses first. Easy enough. So let's do 18 minus 6. And we know that 18 minus 6 is 12. The parentheses go away, leaving us 12 divided by 3 plus 4 to the second power. Now our next step says we got to do exponents. Well, we have an exponent right there. 4 to the second power is the same as 4 times 4, and we know that 4 times 4 is 16. So let's go ahead and write a 16 right there, and then we'll just fill in everything else so it's the same. Okay, now that we got the exponents out of the way, we have to deal with multiplication and division. Well, we do have division right here, so we know we've got to do that first. 12 divided by 3 is going to be 4. And that leaves us just our addition, which is our last step, which is 4 plus 16. And we know that 4 plus 16 is 20. Anyways, there's a variety of questions that we've gone over, different levels. I do hope that helped you with your order of operations problems. And if it did, I'm happy for you, and hopefully I can make a more entertaining video next time. Take care.